Hello, I'm David Hughes, and this is the Esoteric Teaching. Introductory Seminar continued. Last time I gave you a mantra, the Dvadasakshara mantra, 12-syllable mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now you have the most powerful mantra. But what will you do with it? Will you chant it with complete intensity, with perfect faith, with total concentration and commitment? No. Why not? Remember, it's an issue of faith. The good news is you now have this most powerful mantra, the means of total freedom and spiritual salvation. The bad news is you almost certainly will not use this mantra to its full potential. You will not be able to get the full benefit from the mantra. Why? It's a matter of faith. You do not have 100% faith in the mantra. Instead, your faith is divided. It's scattered, distributed among so many different things. You're hedging your bets. Have a little faith in this, a little faith in that. Maybe one of them will pan out, be a big winner. But it doesn't work that way. To attain spiritual life, and especially to attain the highest destination of spiritual life, one must have full and perfect faith in a bona fide means of deliverance. And this is the mantra that I gave you. So, how do we have full faith in any one thing? Well, it's a slow process. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's a step-by-step process. So now we're going to begin that process of withdrawing your faith from false things and reposing your faith in something true, the esoteric teaching. So every one of you already has faith. The problem is our faith is reposed in wrong things, things that will cheat us, things that will not give us the highest benefit, things that keep us bound and illusioned in this material world. So, we first have to accept the bad news. What is the bad news? It's that everything you think you know about yoga, meditation, and spiritual life is wrong. Everything you think you know has come to you from a tainted source. It has not come from the original teachings of yoga, but from somebody else's concoction, from some new idea manufactured in some human mind. The original source teachings of yoga and meditation are perfect, and they lead to deliverance. But everything we know and everything we have encountered about yoga and meditation, especially in the West, has been put through a filter. And as this seminar goes on, we'll discuss exactly how that works, and you will come to see that everything you think you know about yoga, meditation, tantra, spiritual life is actually wrong. It's actually false. It is actually a trap to confuse you and defeat you in spiritual life. So let's get down to specifics. There are 3 reasons why I say that everything you think you know about yoga and spiritual life is wrong. One is you have an insufficient quantity of knowledge. 2 is whatever knowledge you do possess is inaccurate. 3 is the knowledge that you have is the wrong quality of knowledge. And I'll explain all of these one by one. There are compelling reasons why I make these assertions. And after we get through with the entire seminar, I'm sure you will agree that what I'm saying here is correct. So bear with me, keep an open mind, and try to understand that I'm saying these things for your benefit. The first thing I said was that you have insufficient knowledge. Whatever is known in the West about yoga and tantra is perhaps 1/10 of 1% of everything there is to know about the subject. The source literatures of yoga and tantra simply haven't been translated into English. Most of them are still in the original Sanskrit, especially in tantra. Tantra is a huge subject, a vast subject. There are thousands and thousands of tantras on different things, everything from how to build a house, to how to farm, to how to make flower airplanes that fly through different spatial dimensions. You can't imagine the breadth and scope of Tantra. Oh, and by the way, in one little tiny corner of the tantric literature, there's something about how to make love and how to create good quality children. So why is it that in the West, all we know is the tantric teachings about sex? Didn't that ever strike you as strange? It's because only a tiny fraction of the actual tantras and yogas and other Vedic literatures have been translated into English, and very few of those have been translated accurately. Therefore, I say, your knowledge is incomplete. Whatever you know about yoga and meditation is only a tiny fraction of what there is to be known. But the good news is, now you're taking the Esoteric Teaching Seminar, and we will introduce you to the original source material on yoga, meditation, tantra, and so many other things. But you won't have to guess anymore, and you won't have to rely on imperfect translations, because we have translations that are accurate. The other good news that I have for you is that as the seminar unfolds, I'm going to tell you a fantastic story, a story that spans thousands of years of civilization on this planet, much greater span of time than so-called history that we learn in school. But the real story about what actually happened on this planet over tens and thousands of years of history. So you'll hear stories about gods and demons, about interstellar wars, about governmental conspiracies, and great wars that span the galaxy, all to win the hearts of the living entities to one spiritual teaching or another. By the time we're done with this seminar, your current knowledge and perspective on yoga and meditation will be like looking through a knothole in a fence, compared to seeing the entire vista of the actual teachings. This seminar will open up for you a new perspective on life and on yoga and spiritual things, and you'll wonder how you ever did without it. And in the end, you will be able to see the force of a powerful spiritual agency, the esoteric teaching, on human life over thousands of years of different civilizations coming and going. In all that time, the esoteric teaching has remained the same, and it has remained the civilizing force behind, that's driving all human history. So hang in here with us and hear this story of how the esoteric teaching actually shapes the course of human evolution. Finally, I promise you that in this seminar, you will have at least one aha experience where the whole room lights up and you realize, oh, that's why things are the way they are. That's why my life is the way it is. Probably you'll have several or even many of those experiences as we go on, because the things you're going to hear here are things you've never heard before from any source, because we're giving the original and complete esoteric teaching of yoga and meditation. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate